we've been covering strikes a lot over the past week or so because they've been happening, which is good. They've been happening. And here's another one that's happening now. So check this out. I'm going to have an okay boomer moment, if you will, because I didn't even know about this service. But anyway, here we go. So this is from Vice. Target's delivery workers are staging a walkout. Now, this isn't Target specifically. This is delivery workers. Now, I got to say this. I am not the biggest Vice fan in the world. I'm not a fan of Vice, but they've been reporting on a lot of these strikes. The past week and a half, Vice has been one of the few, larger corporate outlets that's actually talking about the strikes that are going on. So, I got to tip my hat where it's due. I mean, of course, independent media is talking about the strikes. Places like this are talking about the strikes. Like independent blogs and independently owned outlets are talking about the strike, sure. But as far as the corporate media is concerned, Vice is pretty much the only place. I mean, MSNBC, not talking about it. CNN, sure, and Fox News ain't talking about it. A lot of these other more neoliberal blogs, they're not talking about it. Vice is one of the only places. So, still not a big fan of Vice, but, every now and again, they do have a good story when it comes to digital rights. And it looks like they're doing some coverage of the strikes. And, so kudos to whoever's doing it. And, I'm sure they'll be looking for a new job soon. But until then, Vice is actually talking about strikes. Gig workers on the delivery platform Shipt say they're asking for a bare minimum paid leave, hazard pay, and protective gear for all shoppers. I've never heard of Shipt before. SHIPT. Never knew about it, but I guess they deliver for Target. So gig workers on Target's delivery platform Shipt are organizing a walkout on Tuesday, that's today, to protest the lack of safeguards in place to protect them during the coronavirus pandemic, the first worker-organized action against the gig economy giant. Workers are demanding $5 of hazard pay per order, 14 days of paid sick leave for all workers, regardless of whether they've received a positive coronavirus test, personal protective gear for all gig workers, and a return to a clear commission-based pay model. Organizers are also asking customers to boycott the app on Friday, April 10th, in solidarity with Shipt workers. You can count on one participant. I'm with you, baby. On Friday, I will not use that app. Not a big help because I didn't know that it existed, and I don't have it currently. But I'm going to continue that. On Friday, I'm not going to be like, hey, that Shipt thing I read about the other day, I think I want it now. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I'm not going to do it. Seriously, does anyone use? I'm not familiar with this thing. What are you going to do? I mean, I'm not a big Target guy, so I don't know. And if I do need something from Target, I have one down the street from my house. So I usually just walk there. But anyway, the action marks the first time gig workers at the Birmingham, Alabama-based company, which boasts more than 100,000 gig workers nationwide and is hiring at least 10,000 more in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic. All right, so people know about it. Have staged a collective protest against the company since its founding in 2014. It's been around for a minute. It's been around for 6 years. As previously reported by Motherboard, the app has been known to censor and retaliate against its workers online. Of course it does. Of course it does. Shipt has put Band-Aids on everything instead of fixing the root causes of our problems, says Willie Solis, a lead organizer of the Shipt walkout and a gig worker in the Dallas area. So he told Motherboard, rather than fix those issues, they're figuring out ways to lower our pay and get more shoppers on more orders as quickly as possible. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Hey, there's a pandemic going on. How can we screw our workers over harder? They're putting themselves in harm's way to work because they're probably 1 or 2 paychecks away from going completely under. How can we screw them over more? Let's mess with their pay. What are they going to do about it? People need deliveries. Oh, wow. I've had pneumonia. This is getting back to the Willie Solis quote. I've had pneumonia 6 times in my life. Wow. Ooh. And I can tell you that it's a very difficult situation for me to be a Shipt shopper right now. So I'm guessing the way it works is that the people do the shopping. The people who are workers on this app, they do the shopping for folks and they deliver it to them. Shipt has offered 2 weeks of paid sick leave to workers who are able to provide the positive results of a coronavirus test or are placed under quarantine by public health authority like the CDC. So get this, a doctor's note doesn't suffice. That's great. Workers say providing this assistance is meaningless as it is difficult to obtain tests, and some cities have all but stopped testing for many patients altogether and does not account for its senior and immunocompromised workers on the platform who face higher risks of contracting the virus. Wow. So on Friday, facing uproar from workers, Shipt sent an email announcing that it would begin to provide face masks and gloves to all workers within the next 2 weeks, as well as a kit with hand sanitizer and gloves to shoppers in high-risk areas and those who have worked the most during the pandemic. The leaders of the walkout say that this limited supply should have been made available to all shoppers weeks ago. No kidding. In that same email, Shipt also clarified that the elimination of pay on canceled orders announced in late March will be partially reversed. As a Shipt shopper, here's what the company had to say. Get ready for this BS, which is what it is. As a Shipt shopper, your safety and well-being is our utmost priority. That's why we found ways to screw with your pay amidst a pandemic. Because your safety is our priority. God, isn't it so good? I love it when corporations would say that. Safety's first. No, it isn't. That's just a basic lie. Profits first. That's all you care about. That's our system. We are seeing the effects of capitalism in its most bare essence. This is what it's set up to do. It's set up to make profit above all else. You, human being, are a disposable widget. That's what capitalism is. That's why it's failed miserably every time it's been tried. And it is completely unsustainable. And it eventually eats itself. And now we're seeing that big time because whenever you have a pandemic or anything close to it, a capitalist society isn't equipped for it. Because if profit comes first, you're not ready to handle any type of medical emergency. You're not built for it. You're not set up for it because you don't care. Because if a disposable widget isn't useful anymore, you just get another one. So here's their stupid email that, is absolutely, as a Shipt shopper, your safety and well-being is our utmost priority. We appreciate you and will continue to monitor and address your needs as the situation progresses. There's a pandemic going on, but we're looking at our bottom line and we don't really give a shit. We found out that if we throw some hand sanitizer your way, well, yeah, we can live with that a little bit. We won't let the shareholders know, but we're going to throw you some hand sanitizer. And we might even send you a get well card if you're sick. And screw you. We don't care. Shipt. Oh, well, here we go. If anything sets Shipt apart from its peers, it's its cheery, friendly marketing style, paired with which some shoppers describe as a culture of censorship and fear on the company's Facebook group, The Shopper Lounge. Shipt encourages its gig workers to go above and beyond by tacking on gifts like thank you cards, flowers, and balloons onto customer orders paid out of their own pockets. Calling this kind of service bringing the magic. Wow, I've never heard of this app, but I hate it. Can I just go on record? I despise this company. I don't need to hear another side to the story. This is enough for me. I've been around the corporatocracy because keep in mind, I am a citizen of the United Corporation of States, which is what the United States is. It isn't a country. If you're a citizen of the United States like me, just remember, you don't live in a country. You live in a corporation with state lines. That's what you live in. You don't know what it's like to live in a country. And neither do I. I don't know what it's like. One way or another. Don't know. Bring the magic. Wow. It's so amazing. This insane work culture people passively accept where you're just expected to do more and get less and do more and get less and do more and get less. Your quality of life be damned. Your life be damned. They don't care. So I'm glad I'm glad they're striking. I stand with them. I've never used Shipt before. I've never heard of it until right now. But I can promise you, I will never use it. That's one thing you can count on. I will never, ever use this app. You got me.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you wanna know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your